I'm Sarah Wine, and I've been coming to Impact for a little over 2 years now. One of my good friends who I used to work with, we worked at the same firm, she knew I wanted to lose weight, and she had been coming here. She went to high school with the owners, and she said, why don't you come, give it a try, come to a boot camp, see if you like it. And so I just moved over to the east side and was like, okay, fine, I'll try it out, and went just the one time and loved it.
She had a lot of work to do in the beginning. She had already lost maybe like 10, 15 pounds on her own, but was stuck. You know, incredibly kyphotic. She's an accountant, so she's chilling at a desk all day, very rounded posture, you know, couldn't open her up, you know, to save her life.
I was worried at first because I hadn't really done anything like going to a gym. I mean, like an elliptical machine at home and things like that, but nothing like a group boot camp. And so I was nervous, like, oh gosh, people are gonna look at me and they know I don't know what I'm doing, but everyone is so busy worrying about making sure they were doing it right, so I felt really comfortable and just enjoyed the group camaraderie.
Her original motivation was to be able to drop weight, to be able to get off of her cholesterol medication, you know, be in a position to have a child. And since, you know, fast forward 2 years later, she's off all of her meds, she's lost a ton of weight. I mean, she looks amazing. I don't know if it's been like 40, 50 pounds, I forget at this point, right? And she has a 7-month-old beautiful child.
I'm Jason Wine, husband of Sarah, and this is Kate Wine. I think she'd been unhappy for a while with how her body had changed and became. You know, the stress of work and life, I think all took a toll on her and her health. And I think it was just, you needed a change, right? And I think it was one day she came home and said, that's it, I gotta make a change, we're gonna do this. And away she went.
A little over 2 years ago, I started going to the gym, and at that time, I had high cholesterol, I was overweight, and I was on cholesterol medicine. And if you're on cholesterol medicine, you can't have children, you have to get off the medicine. And so I was, you know, worried that, well, what would happen if I was off this medicine during this time? So I thought, well, what the hell, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna get off this medicine, and then I won't have to worry about what it might do to my heart. And so I lost the weight, I got to where I wanted to be, and we got pregnant, and it was great. And I exercised, you know, up to the week before she was born.
You talk about the best form of a support system, you talk about the best form of accountability. There's nothing better than a family unit, right? So that's kind of what we've provided here, so that when you're going through your nutrition, when you're going through your workouts, when you're going through the chaos of life, you've got a support system that's got your back 100% of the way, that understands the struggles, and that they're going through it with you. And so we're all kind of in this thing together, running the same race.
With any job, and I feel like this job especially, it can be really stressful at times. Being able to go to the gym and work out really helps with that stress. I can go there feeling really frustrated, and by the time I leave, I feel so much better that I could relax the rest of the night, or if I need to go home and work some more, but just to keep moving and not let that stress affect me.
So, you know, the results were pretty immediate. There was you could see a change in everything from her attitude and energy level, and then of course her view of herself. It's interesting going back in that while it was a fast change, if you're sort of watching a person go through it, it doesn't seem like the effects are taking hold until you go back and look at where you started and compare it to where you're at now, and you know, see the dramatic difference that it makes.
I love the way that I feel when I'm here, exercising. It makes me feel good, especially my job is pretty high stress, and so I'll maybe have a bad day, I come in here, by the time I'm done after an hour, I feel great, can go home and relax and start the next day fresh. And I mean, I don't want to go back to where I was. I'm just so happy where I am, and like I never would have thought that I would have been able to lose this much weight. And even yesterday I was saying to my husband, I'm like, can you believe I've lost this much weight? It's crazy. But I'm definitely not going back to where I was.
Sarah just has like such a great attitude. Always smiling, you know, always like coming in with the idea, like I'm here to get better. You know, so it's contagious.
Part of the program here not only is working out, but nutrition, and so as part of that, I follow the paleo diet, and so I'm constantly thinking about that as we're starting to introduce foods into her diet and making sure we're introducing vegetables.